Hey, this is Al McGee with WhyYouTicket.com. Hey, I'm going to talk about this new film called Julia. Yes, this film is a documentary about the great Julia Child. Now, this is directed by, co-directed, Oscar-nominated co-directors, Julie Cohen and Betsy West. You know, they did RBG. And they are telling us about this woman, Julia Child, about how she started it all, where she was the first pop icon, and she was a very independent woman. Millions of people watched her PBS show back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. She was on TV for a very long time. That was very rare for a woman. Well, let's get to understand this woman a little bit. And that's what the documentary did. Got you to understand her a little bit more. Now, I will admit that they got me to start loving this film from the jump, because in the beginning, they started off with a soundtrack by the great late Jimi Hendrix called Let Me Stand Next to Your Fire. And as they played that, I was hypnotized right then and there, because I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan, but also I'm a huge Julia Child fan also. Well, Julia Child, you know, she's born in 1912, and she was the oldest of three, and she was 6'3", and her other two siblings over 6 feet tall also, but their parents were not. She's from Pasadena, California. You know, if you're a friend and a fan of Julia Child, you should know this already. Like I said, there's been documentaries already about her. There's been other segments around the world, movies about her, things like that. And you should really know a lot of this. And, you know, she went to Smith College. You know, she worked for the OSS during World War II, which really became the CIA. She worked with spies. But then after World War II, she went to Paris. She loved Paris. Oh, my goodness. She loved their way of life. She loved their food. Oh, she just loved it. And she started to go to the Cordon Bleu, the best school to learn about French cooking. But at the time, too, she met her husband, Paul. Her and Paul had a very, very good marriage, but they did not have kids together. I don't know the reasons why. She never talked about that. But at the time, too, after she finished going to the Cordon Bleu, she met Simone Beck and Luzette Bertoli, and they helped co-write the book, The French Chef. She wrote that book. The book became popular. And so while she did a segment on PBS where she asked them to put you know, a little small frying electrical contraption on it, she cooked an omelet on the show, people said they wanted more. So the PBS, they wanted her to do more. So they talked to her, gave her $50 an episode in the beginning, and she became an icon after that. And not only that, she became one of the most famous icons of all time as far as cooking and entertainment and things like that. Boy, she really was great. I watched the show. I really did. And a couple of things too I learned from this documentary. I don't want to give too much away about this documentary. She supported Planned Parenthood, so do I. And also she did fundraisers for victims of AIDS in the 1980s also, when people were not doing that at all. She's always one of the first of her kind at that time. The documentary, Julia, I'm going to give this 3 palm trees out of 4, 3 out of 4, because a lot of information I already knew, because like I said, I'm a huge fan of Julia Child. In fact, I cooked some of the recipes from the French chef over the years. And I really enjoy what she did with her life, and I really enjoy what she did with her public life. And you should watch this documentary. I mean, how can you not? Watch it. Hey, thanks for watching my review. I'm Al McGee. I really appreciate it that you did watch me. I do.
This is your entertainment ticket, latest and greatest.